As we go into the ETH 2.0 merge, what did Vitalik say? What company, what cryptocurrency was the internet of value? That story, NFT stories on the Doodles and Lamborghini, and a lot more in today's OG crypto and NFTs. Welcome everyone, my name is Troy, and every day we go over digital assets or cryptocurrencies and NFT news. Now before we start, hit that subscribe button, bingo, ding, and hit that notification bell, ring my bell, baby. All right, great. So let's jump into the very first article. Before we get into it, it's gonna be a video of Vitalik talking about it, and this was back in 2014, what he really felt was the internet of value. Let's do it.
That's really what Ethereum is. You know, people talk a lot about things, talk about cryptocurrency 2.0 being like the internet of value. We're not the internet of value. Ripple is the internet of value. We're an arbitrary processor for state transaction functions. That's really what Ethereum is. You know, people talk a lot about things.
That's kind of crazy that we're hearing that Vitalik calling Ripple the internet of value that Ethereum isn't. And I think it rings more true today than it ever has before. Now, I know that he might have a different opinion today about that, as he's probably sweating it out on this whole merge. But this is very interesting what he said in the past. And of course, today he's kind of changed his mind a little bit. Why? Is because now he's backed by JP Morgan and all these big banks, and they are actually pulling the strings now. So that's kind of my opinion on this whole situation. But we're going to see if ETH 2.0 goes through, and it's very interesting what he had said in the past. Now, next article is by Yahoo Finance. This Uruguay's executive branch proposes crypto bill for central bank to regulate virtual assets. Well, we'll continue to see this all throughout the world, I should say, of all these different governments wanting to get their cryptocurrency regulations down. Now, it can really, if you let it go wild, it can hurt the currency. People can start using it, and there's no taxation for it. So there's a lot to look at here, but we're going to see it happen. Now, a lot of countries, I should say, continue to go for central bank digital currencies or CBDCs. That is the new thing. I know that there's several platforms that are on. The United States here has talked about it, but a lot of countries have already committed towards it. And no, it's not Bitcoin. They're not going to use Bitcoin. Bitcoin's value is just not there. In fact, that's a whole nother story. But at this point, we're starting to see regulation kind of pop up and be kind of consistent across the world, except here in the United States. Next article. And I'm going to bring Emmy in, our NFT expert and doodler. A doodle.
I'm a doodle.
You're a doodle. So this is a Doodles Ethereum NFT sale surged 1,200% after big raise. Values project at 704 million. Well, let's go pump the brakes here, Decrypt. It really didn't go up that much. We do a weekly, program here called Crypto Blue Chip Crypto Projects.
Yep.
And so with that, we noticed that it hasn't gone up that much. Though this is very interesting. To get the value to raise $54 million, and that's what they actually raised on a $704 million projection of what they're really worth. This is kind of interesting that they did it now. We're looking at it being in the, let's call it the NFT winter, and I think it's going to get colder. We definitely see the doodles go from almost 20 all the way down. I think we looked at them at what, 7.8 as of yesterday. Let's go take a look at them today. What is it today on OpenSea? 8.25. So this hasn't really gone crazy, where we've seen that the prices, and it's just because it's being announced at the worst time on the worst day of this month. CPI numbers went up, so everything's kind of there. Is it a time to buy a doodle? I personally think that the time to buy a doodle or NFTs is going to be somewhere in the fourth quarter or the first quarter of next year. I actually, and this is no financial advice, I think doodles are going to be in the 3s and 4s. ETH, and I think that will be a deal at the time. And it looks like they're having backing here, so we're pretty excited about this. That there's some backing. It's not going to be, it's not a non-utility, and it's not something that's just going to disappear, in my opinion. But I'm kind of happy about this. So, yep. Next NFT news. Go ahead, go for this.
So this is cute. I feel like we've seen it a little bit, but okay. So Ape Beverages, Orchard, Board Ape. This reminds me a lot of the Happy Dad Seltzer Company collab that we saw, but I guess they are coming out with their own beverage of sparkling water. I kind of think of it as like a differently branded Liquid Death.
So over the last few months, or actually last few weeks, we've seen a lot of the Ape products coming out. We saw M&Ms with apes on it.
Mm-hmm.
We saw, what was the other products?
I'm trying to remember because there's just been so many lately. Oh,
right.
the phone case.
Phone cases
phone case,
for apes. So
mm-hmm.
I'm almost twice her age, so I think that she should have twice the memory. Possibly not getting there. I'm not getting what I hired, right? That produced, at least.
A lot of things.
We do a lot of things there, including putting hell. So this is pretty cool. We're continually seeing this adopted. I know that if you look at Crypto Dads, which is another project that's out there, they have their Crypto Dads beer, they have Crypto Dads, I think, water, and a lot of other things. So we're starting to see some of these better, stronger NFT projects out there. They have more adoption and they're being accepted. This is what kind of scares me about some of the projects that just simply get out there, get a big dollar, get a lot of money raised, and then just kind of allow the community to take over. And if the community isn't strong and you don't have the developers involved in the community, they disappear. But obviously the Bored Ape Yacht Club and the Mutant Ape Yacht Club has not been one of those. We've continued to see it. And with Yuga Labs behind it, allowing that, some of these, all the Bored Ape Yacht Club to own the rights to their NFTs. Yeah. Now they can turn around and make a lot of money.
Yeah, they can make products. They can labs. I think it's really interesting. NFT products,
right.
Deals, collabs, very cool. And last article.
Lamborghini's The Epic Road Trip announces September NFT utilities. Talk to us about this.
So this is really interesting. Lamborghini is jumping in on Web3. So this is the Epic Road, which it says a journey that takes fans, collectors, road trip leading up to March 20th, when the Raging Bull announces a vehicle.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think this is a more interesting concept for NFTs from a car designer. I think since they're a luxury car designer, they're definitely going to want to have a lot more exclusive. And I think they're going to do it just a little bit differently and more high end than some of the other car manufacturers that have done. So I'm excited for this.
Good. So one thing I see on here, do you like Mean Girls?
Yeah, I saw that story too. Okay, so this is not confirmed. This is a possibility that Mean Girls would come to the NFT world because Paramount applied for 2. So it's not confirmed and it's definitely a rumor. That's why I didn't have it up for you guys because it's.
Are you a mean girl? Okay. Well, the truth be told, when we film, so.
No, Mean Girls was an amazing movie that like everybody from my generation absolutely and loved. So if they did jump into the NFT space, I think it would be super interesting. But I don't think they could just a run-of-the-mill NFT launch. I think they would do something very special and specific. Maybe bringing in the burn book concept, maybe bringing back like special things with certain characters. But I think they need to do it in a very specific way. Okay,
well, this is pretty cool. I mean, this is I've heard of Mean Girls. I've never seen the movie. I thought it was a video. I know I'm not in the Mean Girls era. Well, I obviously I'm a diehard. Come on, diehard! I want NFTs.
Wait, you consider Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I consider it not a Christmas. I consider it an action movie. Even though it's set around, and you got to think that a lot of the songs in there are Christmas songs. For me, I don't remember. I saw it in the theaters, aging myself right there. So I saw it in the theaters, and I don't remember it being at Christmas time.
Oh, really?
Right? And then years later, they talked about it as being a Christmas movie, and so I'm not in that debate because I can care less personally, but it's pretty cool. I like that. So
I do consider it a Christmas movie, and sometimes around the holidays, if you go to go to an open mat, sometimes Die Hard play.
Really?
Yeah, around the holidays, which I love. I think it's great. I'd way rather see Die Hard as a Christmas movie. Like
Home Alone?
Yeah, Home Alone's good too, but I'm thinking of like the animated like Snowman
Charlie,
movie.
the Charlie
like
Brown's Christmas.
Yeah.
All right, we've gone way off topic here. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. I hope that for her sake, Mean Girls is going to come out. Otherwise, guys, have a fantastic day, and we could actually go back and let Vitalik really say it again. What he thinks is internet of value. Let's go play him again.
Talk about that's really what Ethereum is. People talk a lot about things. Talk about cryptocurrency 2.0 being like the internet of value. We're not the internet of value. Ripple is the internet of value. We're an arbitrary processor for state transaction function.